All right, today we're going to review multiplying and dividing decimals by powers of 10. So this should be review, so I hope we're going to move our way through. Okay, so here's our first number, 3,764 and 95 hundredths. And I have the base 10 blocks here to remind you. Here's our one whole, here's our tenth, because it takes 10 of them to make that, and here's our hundredth, so it's a hundredth of our whole. Everything to the left of the decimal is a whole number, everything to the right is part of a whole or a decimal. Alright, so let's look at this 6 first. What's the value of the 6? We got to figure out what place it's in. So if it's past, it's on the whole number side. Here's our 1s, 10s. So if I'm looking at that 6's value is 60. So the digit is 6, but its value is 60. So if I wanted to take 60 and multiply it by 10, I have to slide it on over to add another place value and put that 0. So 60 times 10 is 600. Now I could also find a way, instead of moving that over, I'm going to put my 4 back, this is still worth 60, I can take this decimal, and if I need this to be in the hundreds place, because 60 times 10 is 100, I can take this decimal and move it over one spot. Now the 6 is in the hundreds place, so its value has increased by 10 times. Okay? When I move the decimal, I change the place. So if I take a look at the 7 in the hundredths place, the 7 is worth 700 because it's in the whole numbers place. But if I wanted to multiply it by 10, I'm going to move this decimal. I need it to get to the 7,000ths place. So we're going to move the decimal one spot over. Now it's 7,000. Right? If I wanted to multiply, let's say, any number by a decimal, I'm going to multiply, slide to the right. Because when the decimal slides to the right, it makes these digits move over the place value and it gets larger. So let's say I have this number. Let's do this one. 376 and 495 thousandths. Let's multiply it by 100. Now when I move it one spot, this 6, which its value is 6, now becomes in the 10 spot, so it's worth 60. That's times 10. I move it again, now it's in the hundreds place, so it's worth 600. So if I move the decimal 2 spots, I'm multiplying by 100. If I move the decimal 3 spots, I'm multiplying by 1,000. And just in the same way, if I divide a number, I'm going to move the decimal to the left. Because let's see, let's say this 4. This 4's value is 400 because it's in the hundreds place. If I want to divide 400 by 10, I'm going to move the decimal one spot to the left. Now it becomes 40. So I've divided it by 10. If I move it again, I now divided it by 10 again, and now its value is 4. So let's take this number, 3,764 and 95 hundredths. If I want to divide this by 1,000, I have to move my decimal 3 spots, because 3 spots, we're dividing it by 1,000. 3 zeros, 3,000. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now that 3 that was in the thousands place is in the ones place because I divided it by 1,000. However many spots you jump are how many zeros in your 10. When we divide, we go to the left, so our numbers become smaller. When I multiply, I slide to the right, so our numbers become larger.